Hello there and welcome. It's Kate in the Nest, and I'm here with an update on my June pouch, which I don't think I'd even started when I announced the prompt. So the prompt for June was just the way you are, and I know many of you have already finished June, so congratulations. This is our last pouch that we're doing together before we move to a different project. So when I talked about just the way you are, the lines don't go changing. And for me, I'm always evolving. So for me, this pouch is just the way you are right now in June 2025. So that's the intro. I suppose the pouch that I've done most recently was this one that I started um, when I was in Kansas, and you've seen me work on this before, but I suppose this is a little insight into where Kate is right at this point. So many things here represent um, my love of collage, of textiles, of being an eclectic and putting modern and old and vintage and new together in an unplanned way. So I do love this pouch, and will continue to work on her. So I don't know what you haven't seen, but I'm intending to take some of these elements. I did this on the plan, and I'm so glad I pulled that top in with that vintage braid and trim. So that's going to feature on my June. These little Suffolk puffs, similarly, were from way across the ocean. And I'm going to put some of that, and I've already put some of this trim. So it's, remember, thrifted, which virtually everything except that fabric there was thrifted on my trip, including the base tea towel, a trim, and a trinket or treasure. So let's put that one out of the way and get to where I am on June. I've only got a week to finish this, so it will be very fastly forming. So where did I start? I'd started to stitch together this yellow blanket from Zoe at Green Door, and I hadn't done anything with it, and I can't actually remember when or why I started it. It had satin up here, but it was sitting as I was working on it too wide, so I've ripped it, of course I have, and I'm going to stitch that, and it may have a thread on it. In terms of base fabrics, I got this, you've seen this many times, this is the Little Dolls blanket from the exact same store in Kansas in 2024 that I got this in 2025. So there's a journey. I love these little stars, and I'm embracing now my use of green and red. So that's there. This fabric I've had during the year, and I've made that the basis of some stitching, my stem stitch, practice, and thread painting. There'll be more of that done because I feel that I'm starting to do that more intensely. This beautiful embroidered tablecloth, a little bit of the Chanel quilt, my favorite thrifted little girl's dress, and of course my mum's half slip. So it's filled with memories. This is pink ticking, and for some reason I always seem to cover the front before I get to the back, but it evolves. So I've got some elements the same, so that is on both sides, as is that, and this big piece will probably get covered quite a lot, but it's there for the moment. So draw breath, Kate. And I need to say and ask, how are you doing? I want to say, number one, how grateful I am that you're here with me. I've been making a lot of videos, I think one every day since I came home, which is sort of unusual. It was more my pattern last year, but as I've always said, when I'm in the mood and making and not out every day, I have the time to do this. So you're getting lots of me. This, I'm thinking, I've got 2 sizes in this, and I'm thinking I might actually gift this as the treasure, or the smaller one sitting in the middle of the star. Not sure, but I'm thinking about treasures and trinkets. So that's just going through my mind. Oh, I think I had it. I can't remember which one I had it pinned on. I've got it on another piece. Oh, I know, on my little zippered one. Okay. I like this because I hope you can see it's got the amethyst in the middle. So it's tin, enamel, and then these jewels. So there we go, symbolizing our journey. Will I start with stitching, or we might embellish? And I'll show you some things I have in mind. This is incredible. This is, I spoke about Mary sending me some things. Look at that for vintage. If I've shown you that before, I don't apologize, because it only came to me when I was waiting when I came home, but it's beaded, and I just feel a little bit of that. In fact, let's do that. So one small bit becomes an absolute treasure, and you'll see popping up all over my work. So let's make that a little pretty frill under there. So I've got this thread, variegated of course, threaded up, way too long, but I'll use it in many spots. So I'm coming in from the back, and let's do some little running stitches, sort of to echo the beads and the stitching on there. And it's like a frill, which is very much where I am. Frills and ruching. And of course I have to have a fringe for my last one. So I'm going to gather it a little bit more as I come back. We'll do one more row. Just down a little bit further this time. There we go, finish that off. Just a tiny little memory slip treasure, that one is. Yep, and it matches this ruching I've done. I'm really enjoying doing that at the moment. It's just, especially this is satin, and those little bubbles very much where I'm at. Okay, so see, I picked that up to show you and then started stitching it immediately. I will use that same braid trim. I've got a little bit, this is another treasure of Mary's that she shared with me. I might have showed you that before, but that might go somewhere here on the back. And I'm going to use that in some of my pieces in my collection. It's so beautiful. Oh, that's right. And just before, oh, I know, where's my hanky gone? This hanky, I want to use that on here. And a little bit of this. I use this in my workshop. It's a thrifted cardigan that was knitted and it has satin on the inside, and this is just a trim, and I love the texture of that bit of wool. And this big braid popped into my hand a little minute ago, and I thought I haven't done a big braid on a pouch that's flying away for a little while. It might end up just being two there because I don't want to cover up that work. I'm not sure. So what are we going to do at this point? I've got still this in my hand. I'm wondering if we can just do some in this spot here. Oh, too enthusiastic. Oh, get myself into a pickle. Oh, let's use the big one. That would be better. So just some random stitches in this cotton. Fill in this space, add texture. There's a flower under here, but it's very pale, so I'm just sort of going over the top of it. Not so much to outline it, but maybe it'll be more noticed. Gosh, they almost seemed in a row. It's a bit unlike me. So coming back up again, fill in the gaps. Do I want to do that one too? I think so. Beautiful winter's day here today, freezing of course, but blue sky, you know, that it's hard to believe that there can be not a cloud in the sky. I often play the what were we doing this time last week game with my husband. So I did that a little bit earlier today. And you just go, oh my gosh, time, aren't we? You know, we do all these different things. And it's this combination of, oh, was that already a week ago? Or that feels like it was yesterday. I'm mixing up how I say that, but I think you know what I mean. There we go. Just a little bit of volume under those, that flower. And seeing I seem to be in a flowery sort of mood. I'd really like to do some bullion on there. I might just start out with, I've got this variegated, is it variegated? Yeah. This Wonderful Perlé number 8, which I think I'm getting the hang that 8 is thicker than 12. Oh, yeah, I got it. Sorry for the sound effects. Okay, let's make this actually a little bit shorter if I'm going to go in and out lots of times. One thing about this print, it's sort of a little hard to read which direction the petals and everything's going, because I think it's a digital. So I'm just approximating rather than being real. Plenty of room here for some French knots. Look at that, the cotton's doing all the work for me to make it feel like a realistic center of a flower. So if that's making you dizzy, just have to spin it around a little bit. Keep the light on it. Maybe we'll go this direction for a minute. So I am wondering where this pouch will end up, because I think we've gone UK, Australia, New Zealand, these aren't in order. States. Can I squeeze one more in? That's why I'm going very quiet. That's what I was thinking about where the pouch will fly to. I don't think I can. 1, 2, persistence, I'll just do 2. Okay, yeah, I like how that's yellow, 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 yellow. No, am I ready to think about this side? I haven't put this piece on yet, and it probably, that comes from a doily in the States. Flower to flower. Oh, or leaf to leaf. That's probably better, more logical, in that the leaves are coming down this way. So you can see not a real plan in terms of where I've put things, top right, bottom left. Just saw that. I have cut a little bit of this. A long time, very, very favourite. And I was thinking, so keep going back to this side, that could end up on there. Not sure. But for the moment, what do we need? Let's build up the texture here and go big and chunky. Look at that for a beautiful colour. This could be A-ply. Which would mean it would be great if I still had my needle. See, fell off. Did you notice that? And she's lost it. But I do have this here. Things disappear and then they turn up again. Does that happen to you? I don't like this as much. I think the little umbrella is much easier. Oh. Not yet. What's that? Okay, let's just come up somewhere underneath here. Hide that knot. do we want to do? Want to keep, let's go really big and obvious to start with. Puckering a little bit, but just tuck that under. Oh, got everything everywhere. What's that from? Oh, goodness. You couldn't try to do that. Okay, I'm up to this reddish sort of flower here, leaf. I'm wondering if I can join that to the garden. It's pretty red, the wall at this point. But if that was a little point of the petal inside, so I'll completely change my direction as a spur of the moment. One of the favourite things I have to say is I was thinking about the Facebook page of our group, and I'm sorry, I should remember whose photo it was I saw last night. This lovely person was trying to stitch and her cat was sitting on her keyboard in front of my screen. So thank you for, I will reply, but it made me laugh so much that there were other people's opinions to be taken into account of. Now I've lost my end, again, trying to sort of trying to make a traditional inside of a flower, and look what I've done. So thank you for everyone for the many moments that you give back to me with your comments and pictures and kindness. I still can't believe that people actually watch. So that's the thing that just, I go, oh my gosh, why should my husband? And share the joy. Okay, that was not it. Look, it's a bump. Not exactly what I wanted, but anyway. Texture, texture, texture. That's what we'll call it. I mean, I could make it turn into French knots. Let's do that. Disguise it. Really big knots. Oh, let's go this way. So yeah, this is something interesting about the variegated wools, like that is very, very deep compared to what I've got now. here. Now it's come undone. How many have I got? 4 or 5. I'm going to let that hang because I'll come back and do some more there. And have I got any other ideas? I've got lots of ideas, but maybe that gives you enough of, see, I'm toying, I like this raggedness here, layer upon layer. Got that there. I need to work on here. I use this other, I got this OS as well. So this is very much a memory pouch, really, as they all are when we harvest. I got that. I'm loving this idea of tulle and frills. But you don't need to see me make all of those decisions right now. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap that now. You've got the idea. So this is June. Is it June? As I say that, yeah. June pouch. Next time you see her, she'll be done. I'll be announcing who she's flying to. And get ready, my friends. There might be an announcement of what, if you want to join me, we might do together July to December. Not pouches. And you'll have to let me know if you want more, or if you want to rest for 6 months, I could come back in January. Gosh, that's beautiful. Oh, I'm just going to drape that there. I can't use all of it. Oh, but gee, that is heaven on a stick for me. Let's just cover that bright yellow that won't end up staying. Just that's eye candy for you. We need a pin in there. And I'll continue on all this embroidery. So, as always, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please stay safe. Enjoy your making. Until next time, bye.